Hello there, collective. This is Mr. Geminian, and this is the advice for Taurus for the new year. This is a timeless reading, so we find this in future years. You'll find it when you're meant to find it, and this is just some advice of what may be going on during the year. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we got. Let's clear the energy on. Let's use another deck. We'll rotate. We'll rotate. Let's shuffle these really quick and then rotate these. Okay, let's shuffle this other one really quick. These will be the clarifiers. Okay, that works. All right, so let's see what your advice is for the year, Taurus. Just things to take with you. I don't do reversals. Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. You are going to be slicing and dicing well, I don't want to say the year because this is a timeless reading. But you're going to be slicing and dicing in this new year. You're going to cut people out of your life that don't need to be there, things that don't need to be there. You're going to go towards victory because you're going to be in a stronger mindset. You're not going to allow people to put false ideas in your mind. You're not going to fall for the bullshit this year. You're just you learned a lot in the past year, and you realize how much of the trouble or the mistakes that were made in the previous year. I keep wanting to say that in the previous year were because of just sometimes stupidity. Not say you're stupid, but right, we make stupid mistakes, or the fact that they were preventable. And you're just not going to do that this year. So you're coming out swinging and very powerful, and no one's standing in your way. So keep that energy for the year, Taurus. And again, you're the raging bull. So when you set your mind to something, no one stops the bull. The Seven of Cups. So what you're pretty much getting this year in the new year, Taurus, is that no matter what you go towards, yes, the Seven of Cups has many options and there can be some bad options, but I think this is going to be the year of doing for you. I think that where Taurus sits and contemplates way too long sometimes because they're stubborn, you're actually going to be a little bit impulsive this year, which is going to be great for you, and you're going to do things. And what you realize is that when you do things, even though it may not be the outcome that you want, it moved you closer to a goal. And that's what's going to be very good about this year. I get this is going to be very productive for you, Taurus. And I'm very excited for you of what you are going to end up achieving this year. So not only are you going to just be successful in that by the Six of Wands and Ace of Swords, you're going to go and do things. Maybe you'll decide to travel this year and you're like, I really didn't want to travel to Spain, but I went to Spain anyways. At least I can say I went, right? Or whatever. But you're just going to get a lot of things done this year. What else do we have? This is the second time the devil's come out in the advice columns. I think that, okay, so this is giving me very Taurus energy because the Four of Pentacles is about, I don't want to lose what I have. So there's a lot of fear in your assets. I get the economy is kind of weird this year. For future people, I don't know what the economy is going to be like, but for you, you feel like it can't be trusted. And so so let me tell you what's happening here. You're having two types of energy, and you need to be careful because these are blessings and these are things that the universe wants to give you if you go towards them. But this is you saying, no, there's fear here, saying, I'd rather just hoard my stuff. It's that very biblical story, right? Where, Jesus gives those three people the coins. One person buries them. One person puts them away at their house or something. And then one person invests half and keeps the other. And then one person returns tenfold. This is you deciding what you're going to do in 2026. Sorry, it's an endless. Sorry, I can't help that, but it's a timeless reading. And one of the things you need to realize is that whatever you do, whatever year you find this, your success is going to be based on. I'm not saying there aren't any risks, but I'm just saying that your success is going to be based on how much you're willing to put into it. Okay? There's always risk. That's just the way it is. King of Swords and the Tower. So you moving towards new things, this is really going to change your life. It could change it financially. This is the King of Swords. You upgrade from a Queen of Swords to a King of Swords probably by the end of the year. And this change in mindset has really changed the way you've interacted with people at work, with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, your husband or your wife. And it causes a tower change. And I feel like this is a really good tower change because you end up making improvements in your life. So the more you're willing to go out there and learn from your mistakes, even if you make some on this process, which you more than likely will, you're going to better your life and those people that you interact with. This is a very positive reading, Taurus. And I see nothing but good things for you in 2026. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have any hardship, but in general, you're gonna always find the silver lining in the hardship. You're gonna overcome the hardship. You are going to be a warrior this year. And this is a fantastic year for Taurus. Let's clarify these real quick. Yeah, you're going to create new opportunities for yourself because you have such a stronger mindset. You're going to be less influenced by people who who give advice out of fear and mediocrity. You're going to be so emotionally strong, queen, king. You're going to be an amazing person this year, Taurus. I think people are going to be shocked at your growth. They're going to constantly compliment you. They're going to see it and affirm you, and you're pretty much going to be the bull that's unstoppable this year. So this is why you really hold on to your stuff. You hate uncertainty, okay? And that's what the Fool is. But here's the truth. You cannot start a new journey, right? That Eastern philosophical saying, the 1,000-mile journey begins with one step or the first step, something like that. You're afraid to do that because you want certainty. And Taurus, my collective, I'm sorry to say this, but there's no certainty in life. The only certain thing I can tell you is that you will miss out on life, on opportunity, if you do nothing. That's the only certainty I can give you. All right. But the rest of this shows that whatever you do, you're going to, whether it's failure or success, you're going to somehow, this is going to work out in your benefit. The Chariot. So you're going to create yourself a future or reality that's going to give you options, big options, or like successful options. What is this Tower? You know, I don't see much love here, but Hierophant can be two things, right? Um, wisdom's at the bottom of this. You could be searching for new wisdom. Well, for one, you're going to gain knowledge that you cannot unlearn. Okay. I don't necessarily feel this is love. I'm not seeing that in here. This could be. Maybe you might finally be open to like, oh, well, maybe I can start a family. Maybe I can afford to start a family. Maybe I want to start a family. I don't know. But this is something with you having a fear. Because here's the thing, right? So because you move into a very positive aspect of your life, you start wanting things you never thought were within your reach. Sorry, it's late and I've had wine. That's so funny. So I really think that you're afraid of success. That's really the ways to say it. This is new territory for you. But if you stay in this king of sword energy, you're just going to make the best decisions for you. Trust your intuition. What is this Hierophant card? I understand the fear of change, but what is this Hierophant card? So I think a lot of change is going to come to you very quickly in 2026, and you're going to want to slow it down. You like to do things at a slower pace. Unless that bull is charging towards its target, the bull likes to sit and contemplate. It takes a lot for that bull, Taurus, to get up and get going. And so my only advice, at least on this part, is this: when an opportunity presents itself, sometimes you can't sit and wait. So be aware that this is your default nature. So when you make a decision, sometimes you have to go all the way in for it to work. Because if you do it half-assed, you're going to miss it and blow the opportunity. Overall, Taurus, my advice for you this year is that do more, experience more. You're going to have great outcomes more than the negative ones. And no matter what you have, negative or positive, in the new year, you are going to learn and change your life. And people are going to be like, what happened to Taurus? That's how you live life. All right, collective. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Help me grow my channel. I really want to focus on my channel this year, and I'm very grateful. Thank you for watching. I hope it's helpful.